first question would just be, how was your Bounce Back Summit experience?
I would say in the beginning, actually, when Roshan sent me the information pack and all, I wasn't too sure I saw the content and the information, but I didn't have much expectations. But I was just excited because I know Leaderonomics does a wonderful job in leadership. So I was excited to get my team on board. And when we started then I had to initially encourage my teammates to join the sessions, because I think we are all so busy and there's so many other things to do. And because we are like frontliners, considered frontliners, so we are always going on the ground and helping people. But what was interesting is, if you miss the session, you still can follow up after that. So the only thing is, it's not interactive when you follow up after that, but still you don't get to lose out on any of the content.
What was your most favorite session, or maybe who was your favorite speaker from the Bounce Back Summit?
I think mine was leading with gratitude. I can't remember who the person was. I think it's Chester.
Yeah, Chester Elton.
Yeah. So his session, really, I could resonate with it, because for many years, I think I'm the kind of person to lead with gratitude. I've always followed Robin Sharma's leadership, leading without a title. And I just couldn't place myself, where am I? Because most people, even corporates and all that, right? Leadership is based on driving people, getting results. And then, I know a lot of bosses or leaders who tend to be very pushy and all that. And all my years of experience being a leader, I'm not the kind of pushy person, and I give a lot of decision making to the team and all that. And when I listened to leading with gratitude session, I was like, wow, that is so me. It's like I could put myself in at least one cluster, and really, it taught me a lot of different things and ideas to do in my team, so that they can acknowledge that everyone can lead with gratitude. It's not just you have to have a certain position. And I was really looking forward to have a team meeting with my team, but then the MCO happened and then we had to postpone it. But I'm just dying for the next team meeting so that we can do an activity together.
Well, okay, what are some insights that you obtained from the various speaker sessions or even coaching or AMA?
I really felt I benefited from I can't remember the black sheep theory.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
So that theory was something very new, and always people talk about the black sheep. It's something bad, right? But actually, the black sheep is something which I just learned in this bounce back, is where the black sheep is actually something very valuable, and you must know how to use it to your benefit. Because the black sheep you cannot change black sheep. And it was very interesting how the farmers use a black sheep to actually identify if there are sheep missing in the herd. So the story was wow, and it's something that I feel sometimes all of us feel like a black sheep whether in our own families or whether at work and so I felt that one was something that I connected to, that you don't have to feel ashamed of the sheep, of the black sheep, and you need to let it shine, because that is your values, your core values. So that was one. And then the other one was it with Leslie Morgan, the domestic?
Yeah, Leslie Morgan.
So her story was very much empowerment, and what I learned a new sometimes being leaders, right, you tend to hide your personal identity, but I think when you show that you tell your own story, and that everyone is vulnerable regardless what you've gone through in life, you have a point of being vulnerable, whether you're being bullied at school, or you were bullied by a teacher, or you were in a domestic abusive relationship, or whether you were abused as a child. But once you've already healed and you just keep the story to yourself, you're not really helping many people. So sharing your own story as a leader, which also I wanted to do, because I have colleagues who've been abused as well in their relationships, but sharing that to show the team that although you're a leader, you're not God, and you go through difficult times as well. I think that will create empathy, and it will also make the relationship between all of us as a team stronger.
But how are you actually applying these insights?
I guess since this started somewhere in November, December, I was very motivated. So I actually wrote down like a list of things that I want to achieve this year, which I look at, I stick it on my mirror, and it's like I got no time to do a vision board because I have a child, and it's very tiring to have a baby. But I stuck it on my mirror, and I just can read it every morning to remind me. And some of the goals, they are very big. Whether it's possible or impossible, that is not the matter. You just write your goal, and everything will just work towards achieving it. That's a lot of like the law of attraction and all that. So I did that this year, and every morning for 16 times I write my affirmations. So
That's
without
incredible.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I need to like pump milk for my baby, but I wake up at 6 o'clock and start writing my affirmations first, and then I start my day. So last time what I used to do, I used to actually check my phone first, of course Facebook, right? But now I do my affirmation before I check my phone. So I feel like my life is a bit more balanced, and I learned also like the art of decompartmentalizing. So to do the yellow list, like you have a to-do list which you write
Julian
down.
Hunt, I think, said that, right?
Yeah, so I actually got a notebook, and I write down like the things that I need to do, which is in my to-do list. But some of the things I realized when I write it down, it's not like a super priority. And also I don't forget it because I wrote it down.
What is one last key takeaway that you have gained that you will actually share to others from this experience?
I would say I'm still stuck onto the leading with gratitude. Because after like recently I was supposed to have a board meeting, and then it got cancelled, but I was there with my accountant, and she was talking to me, and she's like, Anna, like she told me that she's very appreciative of the way I lead things. And she said that in her corporate world and all that, there's no such thing. And whenever people leave the organization, it's like, okay, let's just replace them. But for me, when people leave, like if it's for better salary, then I cannot do much about it. But if it's because of some dispute, I will try my best to find a solution to keep them to stay, especially if they're an asset. And most people have stayed on for a very long time. I've been with the organization for 12 years now. And most of my teammates, they are here 6 years, 10 years. So I think that is something that doesn't lead with gratitude. Leading with gratitude was just an eye-opener for me. Is that I've been practicing it, but I never had a theory or something to relate to. And no one really talks about that because people don't want to lead with gratitude. They don't want to be seen with your ego, right? Being the boss is more important than being a good leader. So that information sharing was like, wow.